What's going on, guys? It's Jiggly Jackson
and Mason Nation
from the DJM Squad. Today, we're talking more college predictions. We're talking Big 12 action. Now, we know the first round has occurred, but
yes,
we're still jumping
in there.
Absolutely.
It's March season. We're ready to go. College ball.
Yeah, all the way. Because we got plenty of vids coming out. So make sure to go down below, subscribe to the squad, turn on notifications so you don't miss any more March Madness activity. We'll see you guys in it. Let's get in there. Alright, now we got the bracket popping up on the screen.
Yes.
And obviously the first round matchups happened.
Yeah.
We're not gonna pretend like we did them right here.
We probably would have went 3-1. We probably would have won Baylor.
Yeah, we probably would have won Baylor, but either 100% won to the other ones. Not that difficult of predictions.
Yeah.
But pretty choppy.
Now it's getting tight. This is a tough bracket.
We got some
smoke.
It's deep. It's a deep bracket. Yeah. In our first matchup, we got Zona State, Iowa State.
We do have an easier one.
And Zona State, Zona State, they've gotten their fair share of upsets, but that was at home though. They've needed their home court.
Could see them going on a miracle run just because they fired Bob Hurley.
But it could be. I'm assuming it's either, I don't know. It could be neutral or Iowa State. Either way, Zona State's not.
Pretty sure it's neutral, but yeah, Iowa State's definitely worse away from home. But yeah, we're definitely going Iowa State here.
Yeah, we gotta go Iowa State.
No need to waste time on that.
Yeah, they're the stronger team. Yeah.
We got next.
We got Cincinnati versus UCF. Ooh, where's the thoughts going immediately?
This is a tough one. I mean,
Cincy's just outside the bubble. They've been looking good. They're on a heater.
UCF, they've been on a downfall as of late. So.
Yeah, very different teams right there.
I feel like UCF is a little underrated. I mean, I get it. They're falling off
I
like
enjoy
a
that
10
team.
seed.
I feel like all season they've kind of been slept on. I feel like they're seriously in like, I don't know, 20. Like they should have been 20 talk, but then they were, and then they kind of like fell off a little bit.
I want to say they've made some nice wins away from home, but
yeah, very tough call though.
Oh, Cincinnati with the season on the line.
Who's it to play? This is 9 versus 8. Play Zona, I'm pretty sure.
Zona.
So you know,
I'm leaning UCF.
I am too. I'm a fan of that team. I'm a fan of the Knights.
We'll go UCF.
I'm a fan of the Knights.
A little sleeper. I don't know. That's definitely a tough battle.
You have to move on to Swaggy looking low.
I feel like they're two similar teams.
We got BYU facing off against West Virginia. It's weird seeing BYU just like down as like the 10th seed. It doesn't feel right.
Ever since Saunders got hurt, it's just been
they've
been shaky
and it hurts
up and down.
It hurts.
The game against K-State depends on 40. Yeah. My goodness, he's just showing
this kid's just. He should probably be the first overall pick, but that's college for him.
Taking on West Virginia, right?
Yes, I mean, West Virginia, which they've taken out some teams. They took down Kansas. When I want to say, Kansas was home in that game.
I think they're a sleeper team to still make the tourney. I mean, especially with everyone losing, they're just kind of climbing up the ranks.
They are. They're just taking advantage of what they got.
I don't know. They're kind of slept on. They're not bad. Their resume's not bad.
They are. That's what's bad for BYU. Like
they've had some haters this way.
They're not like just a program that's been up top for basketball. It's supposed to be their year.
Yeah,
you could say
it's tough
with that top tier talent.
Yeah, especially coming off the last year. Felt like you could have come building, but who did they play against if they win?
They play against Houston, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. I'm kind of leaning upset here.
I'm thinking.
Well, like West Virginia has the upset.
I'm thinking we shout out our boy Danny Alvey. We go West Virginia. We go West Virginia.
Especially since they got snubbed last year.
Yes.
I mean, it was so weird. They don't go on a run about that, but
I don't hate their setup. I mean, you don't play zone. That's rude.
We better not have it again with Auburn. Like, they better not make it. I'm gonna lose them. There's no reason why they shouldn't make it unless they win the tourney.
There's no way that's fine. Yeah, of course. If I don't even want to see just they make the finals, but wait, we'll get that next. Move West Virginia. I keep forgetting to move.
In their final matchup, we got OK State taking on TCU. I hate this one. This is a tough one. I mean, OK State's just outside the bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, they just kind of been lingering there. They almost took down Houston like last week.
That would been such a big win.
But TCU's just been on a heater. I mean, they beat some top tier talent.
And even at the start of the year, they were competing with Michigan. People thought it was just whoa, Michigan almost stumbled to some bottom.
They thought it was a fluke,
but
that could have been legit.
This team was legit the whole time.
Man,
they also tough with the OK State. They lost their top player.
Yeah.
But I mean, they clearly can perform without him. Because they almost took down Houston, and they still got what's his name?
Anthony Roy. Yes, Anthony Roy's nasty.
Top tier tender right there. he can just take over a game. He can definitely take this one over too. But
Yeah, it's just tough.
not easy against a Mount
It's tough because I
squad.
don't want to go with like all the like top seeds. Like I don't want to have everyone that won yesterday lose today. It's just like plus the run momentum. I don't know. I feel like we got to pick at least one dog. Obviously, West Virginia's like an upset pick, kind of.
Yeah, it is. It is an upset
But,
pick. I consider.
I do want to like team that's a lower seed.
I feel like we just gotta go with their Cowboys. Right.
We gotta go with the Cowboys.
Come on.
TCU, I think
not
they'll be
finished.
built for the tourney better. You know
I
what
do.
I mean? Like
I think they're going to be a team that's going to be getting swept up.
don't get mad at the Storm Frog fans. You know what I mean? Love the team. I think they could. I think they could really go on a run this tourney.
Our boys working.
Yeah, and I think they could make the Elite Eight, and it wouldn't even be that shocking. You know?
It really will.
We got up next up top.
All right, up top we got
Big programs here. Iowa State T-Tech. Iowa State T-Tech, top tier teams. We all
Obviously,
know JT Toppin.
JT Toppin.
He
Out
was
for the year.
Player of the Year contender. Player of the Year contender, of course.
T Tech, they've still been hanging around. I mean, they still look like
and Iowa State kind of been disappointing.
yeah.
Disappointing. A
Iowa
lot of
State-
people had them as like
They've
top tier. They're gonna go into March like feeling this team.
Yeah, the problem is like I don't know. Iowa State hasn't like proved at all at any point in the season. Like they've kind of been on my fraudulent watch the whole year.
Yeah.
Now it's like they're starting to lose these games, and it's like, and like
Not
I don't
maybe
know.
feel confident.
Outside of home, they're not great. But
They don't look like they got that swagger to them. I don't know.
I feel like teams that are cold just like end up winning like one or two.
Yeah, one or two in there.
And it's like they never just like get upset first round of March.
Yeah.
But Iowa State T Tech, that's such a tight battle.
That's a very tough matchup to pick. My goodness.
Does Iowa State get it going? I think so.
Yeah, I think they do. I think just with the Toppin injury, I think they
I just think it's
they can take care of
too much
business.
for
But I
Christian
really don't
Jackson.
like Iowa State. I mean, I'm not going to spoil any of it.
Yeah. But, I mean, they got the pieces for sure. I mean, Joshua Jefferson, Taman Lipsy, Milan. You know what I mean? He hits the threes.
You know, guys, I'll duplicate it
Just
after.
the free throws.
We're just gonna move them out front.
Yeah, I like that. Free
The
throws.
second-
What we got next?
All right, yep.
Arizona
No,
versus
Arizona.
UCF.
Arizona
UCF.
versus UCF, and you never know. Maybe it's UCF Cinderella run season, but
I feel like
Arizona kind of
like everyone like hypes up Arizona, but like I feel like they're the most like
everyone's sleeping
sleeper,
on them right now.
biggest one seed.
They're calling them like
ever.
the worst one seed right now, and I think they can
This is
easily
like-
be like they feel like the safe team to go for.
This is like a top tier team all time. Not all time, but like they're a pretty top tier team all
Yes.
time.
They are run by like some freshmen here, which is tough with
Yeah.
Berries and B.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah,
what?
Tommy
That's
Lloyd,
college
he's
basketball.
experienced.
That's college basketball.
I mean,
right
yeah. One of the most experienced coaches up there. I mean, you look at Golden May and Shire. I mean, he's the easily most experienced cat.
For sure, he's
been
had
around
his
the block.
talented squads.
Yeah, he's
This
still
might be
young.
his most talented. You could really say that about a year with this kid, and obviously he hasn't gotten done in the past. But he doesn't have a beard, so he can get
Yeah,
it done.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
The only
That's-
problem is, they don't hit the three ball everybody talks about, but I don't know. They just
You don't need to
they
hit the
win the
three ball.
game though. You know what I mean?
Like
They just won games.
I mean, I don't know. Some Bottom just gives like Kansas vibes. To me. Like from
I like them.
a few
I
years
like
ago, I feel like they got similar.
They feel like the
ability.
most consistently safe team to go with March.
I like them for sure. To
Yeah, I
Move
like
on
UCF,
against
but they're not going to pull off this big of a number.
Yeah,
I don't
see
think.
them. I
So
don't see them
versus
taking-
Iowa State. Oh my gosh, that's going to be.
Yeah, Big 12 tourney is just, it's something else. And we got
West Virginia versus Houston, Daniology's team versus the Cougars. That has been.
Do we have an upset watch or?
We
I mean, I don't
definitely.
know.
It's on watch. It's on watch. For
Everybody just says like I don't know, like Kelvin Sampson. He's kind of turning into the Tom Izzo type vibe. Like, oh, they got Kelvin Sampson, they'll go deep.
Sure. I don't know. I feel like there might just be like a championship hangover or something with this team. I feel like Calvin's just not fully in it.
And
I don't know. This team doesn't feel as built. They're taking bad shots. That's my main thing. Bad shots.
Yeah.
Defense doesn't feel as good as past years.
No, definitely not. And I don't know. They like have experience, but they don't have experience. You know what I mean?
Like
Kingston
Sharps.
Flemings. That's a young guard.
It's mostly because of Sharpie's taking bad shots, and I feel like that's heading into Kingston Flemings. And like, I don't know, it's something about it doesn't feel
Yeah.
right.
I just-
They can easily go on a cold shooting night,
They just-
and it'll cause them to lose.
They don't feel like as dominant of a team that they usually are. Like they
Yeah.
usually just pound the rock inside, hitting the 2-pointer, and then Sharp just bangs a 3 every now and
Especially
again.
with their like slow pace of play, like as slow as it is, I feel like it can cause them to go
Yeah.
on.
And I feel like a problem is that like Sharp's just like kind of like the main focal point
Yeah.
for the 3 ball. And it's just like that's just kind of killing them. Teams are kind of onto that by now. And
You have to have it inside sometimes, boys.
could it be a sneaky upset here with West Virginia in the Big 12
Could.
tournament?
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Can we see a sneaky little run here? No one's talking about the Mountaineers.
No one is talking about Mountaineers. They could seriously make Thorny here, which would be exciting to see.
Yeah.
To say the very least.
I like them. Let's have fun.
Let's
Let's have fun. Let's go West Virginia.
We can't go all jockey with it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's a very
It's a top tier
set of teams
conference,
in
but
the conference, but
things are gonna happen all the time.
why not?
It's March, baby.
And final third round matchup, Oklahoma State versus Kansas.
Wow, it's a toughie.
Fun stuff right there.
That's a toughie. I mean, Kansas, they've been up and down. Obviously,
They have
Darren Peterson,
definitely. You could call them home merchants.
the injury stuff.
But now he's back, and I feel like for the first time, like their last
Starting to
game or
click.
two,
I know
like
it was
Darren
just
actually
K-State.
looked like he did fit.
But, yeah.
like he actually fit with the team. They're past him. He was banging every shot possible.
Yeah.
He looked like he was here.
Yeah.
He
Because that was the
back.
problem before. Like, I feel like at the start of the season, it was just Darren Peterson. Then,
Yeah,
I don't know.
He got
The team
injured
started
and-
clicking without him.
Yeah.
Then he came back, and they were just kind of like
Things were just kind of off, you know. But now
they
I
just
feel like
weren't
they're-
clicking. But now they can.
the energy and the chemistry is starting to hit.
And they have Bill Self, for goodness sakes.
Gosh dang it!
I feel like he's back. You know what I mean? He hasn't gone to the hospital in a while. No. And he's here for the ball.
Hopefully, maybe they keep his heart steady here, and they just
Yeah.
win a solid, steady little game here.
I think it's just sadly for the Cowboys.
I think
It's
just
Kansas.
I don't know, but we're talking
Let's see the
Peterson,
Blanking on his name with the
Council or the
yeah,
Melvin
the Council. Yes.
Yeah.
Council. He's
Good
putting up
team,
sneaky amount of points every game, like 15
Yeah.
apiece.
And who knows? We'll see if OK State can slide up. The bubble's interesting,
I know.
but I feel like it's kind of slept on like that. Teams that are just outside aren't great, but the teams that are in, I kind of like them. I mean,
Oh,
VCU, Mizzou.
Yes.
Like, those are just some solid teams.
Yeah. And now talking about solid teams, we're talking Iowa State, Arizona.
Oh, gosh. I hate it.
And I
I
mean,
love it.
they played before, right? Who can I talk
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, that would have been Arizona
Arizona?
if they played,
I don't know.
right?
Huh.
'Cause, I mean, it would have had to been Zona if they played. Right?
Yeah, probably.
I'm blanking on who'd Zona fully lose to.
Zona lost to T-Tech
Yeah,
and someone.
Yeah.
T-Tech's really just like beating top tier
Kansas.
teams. It's kind of crazy. They just beat like
So
Duke,
yeah, they
Zona.
definitely would have had to be if they played, which I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah. This is just two top teams going at it.
It is for sure.
But I feel like they're pretty similar built teams, no?
They kind of are. I mean, not too much 3-point shooting, except for
Milan.
I'm not even trying to
Yeah.
pronounce the last
Milan.
name, but he's efficient little number out of
Yeah.
in the range.
Everyone talks about him. Haven't watched him really that much.
I don't watch enough Iowa State, but like, can they dump it inside and do anything in there? Like, that's
I
big
think-
time. Are they getting boards? I don't know.
I feel like they're supposed to be a physical team.
They
I wanna
should.
say.
They should be. And obviously, they got a great leader in Lipsy.
Feels like
But I don't
both
know.
very balanced teams. Just like
It is
having
definitely
the
not
depth.
just like crazy.
But I just feel like Zona's too much depth.
Yeah,
like
I
they
feel
just
like
got
they're
more of what Iowa State is, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like they're just really the better team.
Yeah. And
A slightly better version.
if Iowa State's gonna win, they're gonna have to hit the hit three ball.
Yeah, we're talking heavy sniper bolt action. You're gonna take that.
Like
every time.
Yep. I like that.
We're gonna go Zona. I think they got to get hot heading into the tourney while people are sleeping on here.
Yeah, Zona
Because I really think they could go all the way.
really get on the radar.
Now here's a fun one. We got West Virginia versus Kansas.
Yeah.
you know, probably didn't see that coming, but I mean,
Kansas has
I
been
mean,
a
it's
roller
not that
coaster.
crazy,
As you
but
said, man.
of course. So is West Virginia, really.
If there's a top team that can lose like this, I mean, they
They
could
definitely could.
It
They
could
might
be a
lose in the
blowout, too,
tourney
you
just
never
like
know.
that too.
Could be a blowout either way. I don't know.
You really don't know with the team. But they are catching rhythm, like we were saying.
They
But
are.
so is West Virginia. Kind of bouncing their way back into the
Yeah.
bubble, of course.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they kind of slept after the bubble. But
They definitely are.
I don't know. That might just be too much to ask, honestly. That might be the end of the
I don't
round.
know West Virginia coach situation, but of course Bill Self might just outcoach them one to a victory here.
Yeah, I just
And
feel
the
like
talent. Like, I don't know. He might not even have to outcoach him. And you got a good pull here, obviously.
Yeah.
You didn't get Houston. This is the matchup you would want.
Yeah,
Not to, like, disrespect West Virginia or anything.
Yeah.
Because they're a team.
good
And,
stuff.
you know, maybe this will push them towards the bubble. I'd like to see what the talks are.
I hope
if
this
they
will
have to
push them
do this.
into the tournament.
Because beating Houston, that's a big deal. That's like the top two seed right now.
Who they beat before that? Cincy or
They didn't
something?
beat anyone.
No, BYU, right? BYU, that's a big one too.
Yeah,
So like
that's a big
BYU
one,
and
right?
Houston,
Yes.
that might push them in.
That would be seriously.
You never know what the committee says that. So.
Seriously good stuff. But
But we'll go Kansas to the championship.
Kansas,
Take on
Sona.
Zona. My golly, would
We
that
just
be a
deserved
good
that
matchup
matchup again, don't we?
Yeah, they split.
My goodness.
Did they split in the year?
I believe so. I believe they
Yeah.
did. Obviously, Kansas took them down at home.
Yeah.
Of course. But they had nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But, man, it's just the talent's off the charts on both teams. It's just really tough to pick. You have
This is
experienced
such a good
coaches.
year.
They just feel like they got the highest ceilings to me.
They just feel like
They
the
feel like the
two
highest ceiling
most
teams
dominant
for
teams when I
March.
look at them as of late.
Yeah.
As the
sure.
current
So
moment
obviously
stands, I
Kansas
feel
was
like-
roller coaster, but it feels again like things
They're
are
the
clicking
team.
right now.
Yeah, and we'll
And
see
it
how the
feels like
tournament
they're
goes.
good.
If like a T-Tech, Houston, Iowa State, if they can get clicking, I want to see it.
I know. I mean, you're gonna get some fun matchups either way in this Big 12 tourney.
Yeah.
I mean, including like just round 2. Like,
Yeah.
it's just such a deep and dangerous tourney.
Mm.
But there's some top tier teams there.
Where are you?
This
leaning
could
here?
definitely. I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know what it
This
is.
could be big
to come
for
out on top of this. It's more of a
Kansas
field
seeding as well.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at right now. Probably like a 5 or 4.
Yeah, they're on that
I
line.
imagine.
On the verge.
I mean, if they made the championship, they're definitely aiming for.
Yeah.
Maybe they're even pushing a 3 at that point. I don't know.
They could if they punch the ticket like that.
I mean, if they happen to win it all, I think they probably get nasty around there. But you never know how things are going to work
If
out.
it's against Zona, maybe they
Yeah.
take down Houston.
Zona is just such a good team, and it's just I find myself hard to pick against them, no matter who they
I
play.
feel that. I feel that.
I just, I
Is
know.
Kansas gonna lose the first tough matchup they get though? That's another tough call, but
Hey, Oklahoma State's a
Alright.
tough matchup there.
it is. And Zona's
It's a tough game.
they're riding momentum against some tough teams here. Could
They
they,
are.
could they get a little, I don't know, tired from it? You could
They
see
could,
it. You know what I
considering
mean? That's
they-
another thing in these tourneys. They could kind of wear them down,
They
but
might just show like they're the best, like how Florida beat Auburn, and just like prove their worth.
yeah, it would be interesting to see if Darren Peterson can hold up through the whole tourney. I mean,
It would. He might
That's
be
big
injured
for
this
March.
game, I don't know.
my goodness.
That'd be a tough call. I definitely see a close one.
Yeah, I think
Very
Zona
close game.
edges
and then,
out.
Yeah, I think Zona just pulls away just last second.
Yeah.
Not like pulls away big time, but like
Yeah.
maybe by like 10 or so.
Just too much
That's just-
threes.
Arizona Wildcats.
Big 12 champions,
So good.
according to the predictions. And I just,
We'd love to see-
again,
love
I
to see
feel
the
like these
Wildcats
two
up top.
teams are just.
The most
But
potential for tourney. Iowa State and
Yeah.
Houston don't feel quite as dominant or good this year.
T-Tech.
They definitely
Tough
have a
with
safe
injury.
floor. It's tough to pick against them, the upset, of course. But
Yeah, and just I feel like T-Tech, I don't know, they just can't go as far now.
such
The
a
ceiling's
fun game.
kind of clipped, and
we could have looked more into stats, but the game's not played on paper.
it's never played out.
So and
It's
we've been
March.
watching the games, and
Paper
I
doesn't
honestly
matter.
feel really good about these picks.
I like
don't
it.
know.
It's a fun,
feels
different
actually
bracket.
good.
You
Yeah,
never
it's
know
a
what's
little
gonna
different. It's gonna be
Zona's
such
the
a fun game.
champs.
So is the champs.
Come
Gonna
on.
be a fun tourney. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to join the squad. Go comment down below who you got winning the Big 12. I'm very
Let us
interested to
know.
know. We will reply
There's
to
so
anyone.
many options you can go. You can even go with a thief. It'd be interesting.
Trust me, you're gonna want to turn on noties for March Madness season. Okay, we got more conference
Yes.
predictions coming.
Oh,
We got
we're
March
going
Madness
crazy right
brackets incoming. I mean, we're talking maybe
Yeah.
even heads, tails for
Yeah.
brackets, whatever you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
want. Whatever
Every
you guys want.
couple hours, you better watch out. That's probably when it's good though.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And of course,
Going crazy.
please drop a like. Big thing right there for the algorithm. Get the college ball. Get the channel
Yeah.
popping. We'd appreciate it.
Hey, and let us know if you want to collab.
Hey,
Anything like
We're
that. Join the squad in any way you can.
God bless.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.